Okay, so hey everyone, and thanks for joining. Thank you for your time. And yeah, let's start our fifth demo of the Omni application. And I hope you will enjoy it. Let me share my screen. Okay, and yeah, let's start. So what I'd like to talk about today. Today, I'm going to talk about the staking and how we implemented it in the current version. And let me start from the staking action decision tree that we implemented in our application. First of all, why do we need it? We need it in order to show the actions that a user can make with the account in terms of a staking. And for that purpose, we first have to read the account state from the blockchain. And based on this, we should check three things. First of all, we should check if account have stake tokens. And if account has stake tokens, then he should be allowed to stake more. It means that this account already nominates and he'd like to increase his stake. Then change controller, change reward destination, change validator set, and unstake should be allowed too. Then we check if account has unstaking tokens. It means that the account has started unstaking, but unstaking period wasn't ended. And in that case, he should be able to return to stake. And if account has already unstaked tokens, then withdrawal should be available. And in the current release, in the current milestone, we are going to implement start staking, stake more, change validators on stake, return to stake, withdraw, and change in reward destinations, and separation to the set, to the controller and stash account is out of the scope of the current milestone. And the only operation that we have already implemented, and I'm going to show it today, is showing the start staking and how it works. So we split the start staking flow to 3 steps. On the first step, the user has to enter the amount of tokens to be staked and select the reward destination. On the second step, the user has to select validators that he'd like to nominate. On the last step, the user is able to recheck all the operations, parameters, and confirm it, and then sign. And for the single shard, it means that if you are making a single operation, the screen flow looks in this way. So you enter amount, select reward destination, select validators, confirm and sign. And what about the multi-shard? Because a multi-shard means that you are operating with a multiple account at once and how it will look like. And the secret is that it looks the same. It looks the same, but you will see that you are operating with multiple accounts at once, not a single account. And for sure, it requires additional validations. You should validate not only a single account state, you should validate multiple account state. And yeah, that's how it works. The Omni application checks if each of the account has enough tokens to be staked. And available balance for stake is calculated as a free balance minus stake balance. So we can't restake already staked tokens. So that's how it works. And now I think will be the most interesting part where I'm going to show the staking actions and how to stake using the Omni application. So yeah, I already have the Omni application running. And yeah, that's how it looks. So I'm on the staking dashboard, and here I see my accounts that I'd like to operate. And some of them are already staking, like this one. And you see that it has unstaking tokens, and unstaking will be completed in 7 hours and 51 minutes. We also can check it in the Block Explorer and see that it has unbonding tokens. Also, we can check it in the Polkadot.js apps and see the same thing. And even the same amount of time before the unstaking will be completed, 7 hours, 49 minutes. Once again, pretty the same. So now let's talk about the actions. So how should I act if I'd like to make something with my accounts? First thing that should be done is to select the accounts. And let's try to select this account. We see that the new menu appeared, and this token is already staking something and also have unstaking token. It means that I can stake more, unstake, return to stake because I have unstaking tokens. Also, I can withdraw stake tokens, change the reward destination, and change or set validators because, yeah, I already have some validators here. Okay, so for another account, it will look different. For example, for that account that doesn't stake anything, the only option is to start staking. But we'll back to it later. Also, you can see that for this account that is unstaking, I have different stash and controller account. And some of operations may be done only from the name of the controller account. And some operations may be done only from the name of a stash account, like stake more and changing the controller account. And we took it into the account. And for example, as you remember, it's a stash account. I'd like to, for example, unstake. And in that case, Omni is quite smart and checks it. So it says that this operation works with the controller accounts only. And after that, I can proceed or cancel my operation. So yeah, it looks pretty smart. And now let's go to the staking. Let's start do it. And I'm going to start with a single shard staking. So I select only a single account and click start. And you see that this account is selected here. The available amount is calculated and shown. Yeah, we can check it. Just a second, this account. Start staking. And let's check it on the Subscan. So yeah, this amount is available, the same. Okay, I'd like to stake 3 dots and I'd like to restake them. Or I can select, for example, another account for the reward destination. We can choose any one. For example, I will pick up a random account from the Subscan. Yeah, for example, this one. Okay, and you see that network fee was calculated, and yeah, now I'd like to proceed. And on the next step, I have to select validators. You can find some warning messages that are showing that validator is oversubscribed, and you can make a decision. Would you like to proceed with it or not? Also, you can filter them by the total stake. Not filter, but sorry. And check on the Subscan or try to find by the name. I will try to select these 2 validators. I think it will be enough for me. And now you see the confirmation where you're able to check everything. So I see the network fee. I can check selected validators, 11 and 2. Okay, that's right. And reward destination is correct. It's the same that I entered before. And now I'm able to proceed to the signing with Parity Signer. So I have to prepare my phone with a Parity Signer installed. And let's try to proceed to the site. Okay, now I see the QR code. I scan it. And just a second, I will show you what I see in the parity signer. Okay, so what I see that the transaction was scanned and it's a batch call. The first call is bond. Okay. And I see that targets are correct. So 2 validators. Yeah, and also I see the destination account that I selected for the rewards. Okay, and I see the QR code that should be scanned back in order to confirm the transaction and to sign it. So yeah, the rest of the operation is pretty same as we saw. I have to tap continue and yeah, scan the QR code back. But let's try to make the multi-shard staking. So I back to the staking dashboard and I select 2 accounts. And I said before that the flow will be pretty the same. So I start staking. And the only difference is that here now I have 2 accounts. And here I don't see one amount. I see the minimum available amount and maximum available amount. It means that one account has only 8.9 tokens and other 23. If I select 5 accounts, the minimum and maximum balance will be shown. If I try to put something like, for example, 9, in that case, this account would be able to stake. If I put something like 24, both accounts won't be able to stake. And I put 3. Okay, 3 VNDs may be staked by anyone. And I select, for example, restake rewards. It means that rewards will be on this account. I see the network fee for each account and continue. Okay, let's try to select only 3 validators. And now I can check the operation once again. So I see my accounts. I see network fee that each account has to pay, and the total network fee that will be paid as a sum of these 2 network fees. The list of validators I see the same, and now I have to sign the transaction once again. Okay, I go to the sign-in. I sign it. Now let me check my parity signer. Okay. So on the parity signer screen, now I see 2 transactions, and both of them are nominate with 3 VNDs. And I see the multi-frame QR code because the transaction is a big and it's a multiple transaction sign-in feature works. So now I have to scan this QR code. Okay. Yeah, so it was scanned pretty fast. And now I should wait when the transaction will be executed. So let's check back to the staking. Oh, it was pretty fast. Now you see that 3 VNDs was staked by accounts 5 and 3. And we can check it on the subscan. Yeah, it was exactly the same call that I signed with the parity signer. So it was a staking bond. And then nominate with 3 validators selected. And the same for the next account. And now I can check. You see that the list of actions is different. These accounts can't start staking anymore because they already stake. But they are able to stake more on stake, set validators, and change the reward destination. If I select this account, the second account, they have the same stake state, and that's why the set of actions isn't changing. And if we select this account, you see that the list of actions is bigger because it already has unstaked tokens and unstaking tokens. But if I select this account, then we show the intersection of the actions so that the user won't be able to make any operation that available for one account, but not available for the second account and get the error. So yeah, that's how it worked. And let's back to the slides. If to briefly overview of the milestone 2, as you see, we are working on the staking. One of the operation is already completed. It's start staking. We'll be polishing it. And also we are going to implement the rest of the operations that I was talking before. So yeah, that's a plan for the milestone 2. And please let us know if you have any feedback or if you'd like to share your feedback with us. Open this QR code, scan it, and yeah, write us some messages. And also you can find me in the Polkadot Direction channel. I posted the invitation to this demo today, so it will be easily to find me and reach me out. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Yeah, I will reply with pleasure. When we can test it. Yeah, it's a good question. The public release is planned to be when all the operations will be made. So yeah. But yeah, I know that there is a huge demand to such features and such applications. Okay, so seems that there are no more questions. Then thank you for your time, for your attention, and see you once again in yeah, see you once again in 2 weeks, and enjoy your Friday and enjoy the upcoming weekend. See you. Bye bye. Yeah, bye. Thank you.